Hello dear students, you're welcome to this master class. Today we are going to talk about English and Spanish sounds. We are going to talk about the difference between English and Spanish sounds, okay? We are going to focus on vowels and consonants and special cases, and finally we are going to tell you about some techniques or activities in order to practice or in order to master the pronunciation of English. Okay, let's start. Okay, we are going to contrast the sounds between Spanish and English language, no? Okay, Spanish speakers face specific challenges when trying to pronounce English words. Pronunciation problems Spanish speakers face when speaking English. We have different problems or challenges in order to speak English. And today we are going to talk about how to overcome English pronunciation in order to avoid misunderstanding, in order to talk in an accurate way in which English speakers or English natives understand us. Okay, let's start with talking about Spanish and English, no? Spanish is spoken by nearly 580 million speakers as an official language around the world. More or less 21 countries. I can say that Spanish traces its roots to Latin and Old Spanish, Arabic, and indigenous languages here we can say here in Ecuador or in Latin America. English, we know that it is a global lingua franca because we use English all over the world. We use in education, working, traveling, buying, shopping, we use English. English is a fusion of Germanic, Anglo-Saxon, French, and other languages because of its flexibility and adaptability. Because English can get different words from different languages. And with the digital communication, English has a lot of new words every day because of digital communication. We are going to see the phonetic chart of Spanish and English in order to notice the difference in pronunciation. It is the first step to know the real pronunciation of each letter, in this case vowels and consonants. In Spanish we can say, it is very easy, cama, jefe, pozo. It is easy because in vowels we don't have different sounds. In the contrary, we can say that we have different sounds, for example, sheep, e, or sheep, a short e. It is, in the case of English, we have different sounds and vowels. Vowels have different sounds. We are going to talk about it later, okay? Next, we are going to talk about English vowel sounds. For example, in English, we have 14 vowel sounds. For example, sit, sit, sheep, sheep. Okay? We have to master this pronunciation in order to avoid misunderstanding, in order to talk in an accurate way. Okay? But now we are going to see the vowels in Spanish. We have A, E, I, O, U. Very easy. We don't have more sounds with these vowels. A, E, I, O, U. Very easy. But now, what about consonants? In English, we have 24 consonant sounds. As we can say, P, B, T, or that, calf, gav, fan, van, sad, zoo, man, not. Okay? In Spanish, we have cambio, grande, gris. Okay? The sounds are easier to say. No, it is easy for us as Spanish speakers to pronounce this kind of sounds. No? And now we are going to talk about vowel sounds. First, we talk about Spanish. As I said, we have specific sounds. For example, paso, peso, piso, pozo, puso. Okay? On the other hand, we have different sounds in vowels in English. As we can say sheep, sheep, pet, cat, sound. We have different sounds, 14. In English, we have 5. But we have, it is important to talk about U, because English, it is a tricky sound for us, for Spanish speakers. For example, we say universidad. Different from English, U, the sound is university, university, uniform. Okay, it is a tricky sound. No? We have to master, we have to practice, and we have to know about this kind of letters, words, university, uniform. Okay, be careful with English U. Now, what about diphthongs? In Spanish, we have 2 separate vowels in the diphthongs. For example, antiguo, cuota, ruina, sueño, acuario, acuario, ciudades. Okay, let's check English. We say they, pay, sky, boy. Okay, what's the difference? That in English we have one sound, they, pay, sky, I, boy, oi. In Spanish, the diphthongs are tiguo, uo, ruina, ui, sueño, ue. Okay? That's the difference between English and Spanish. English vowel sounds, we have to say this kind of minimal pairs in order to know the correct pronunciation. For example, we have beat, we have to exaggerate long E, beat, hit, okay, back, bark, had, hard, okay? You have to exaggerate. For example, met, made, something like that, no? Okay, you have to practice and try to notice about the correct sounds. Okay, it is very important to talk about some challenges about Spanish speakers that Spanish speakers have to face. It is very important. We are going to exaggerate, or we are going to pronounce for example, in some room, we have to exaggerate like cream, ram, okay? Because if we mispronounce, we have a mispronunciation of m, we have to have this problem with, for example, home y home, phone and phone. If we don't exaggerate, for example, mom y man, that's a difference. Game, game. See? Turn y turn. You have to exaggerate the letter M in these cases. Now we are going to talk about Z. Husband, reason, cousin. Z, z. Don't forget this kind of sound. Z. Okay? Because it is not husband, reason. No, it is husband, reason, cousin. See? Z, z. Okay? Don't forget. And also we have to notice this sound between V and B. For example, very, very, okay? Very, very. Vote, vote, and vote. Did you get the sound? Vet, 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 vet. Okay? Try to practice, because it is very important, this kind of sounds. Okay? Next, it is very important. We have the different sounds in yet and yet. Yet, yet. Yam, yam. Yolk, yolk. Y, y. You have to exaggerate the sounds in the consonants. Okay, what about R? We have the same way: red, right, real, around, credit, care, red, right. We have to avoid saying red, right, real, around. It is our accent in Spanish, or people from Cuenca. It is a special sound that we have with R, red. We don't say in English red. It is red, red. Try to master the sound red. Okay, with H it is very special. We have to say hair, house, hero, ahead, hello, no? Hello. In history, home, okay, try to practice. And then we have a special E o interfering E. En este caso tenemos la E, street, street. We always say, when we start speaking English, we say street, strange, okay, strong, story, but it is incorrect. We have to say street, like a snake, street, strange, stripes, okay? Avoid saying street, no, street, okay? It is very important, this kind of sounds. Okay, in conclusion, the phonetic system in English and Spanish are different and present challenges for Spanish speakers when learning English. No, it is true, but understanding these differences is crucial for language teachers in order to provide special instruction to overcome these challenges, improving English pronunciation. You as teacher, if you have to master, you have to teach this kind of sounds to your students. Don't forget to be very creative in order to teach this kind of situations. Okay, now I invite you to participate in the forum. You have to answer these questions. What are some common challenges non-native speakers face in mastering English pronunciation? What specific sounds in English tend to be difficult for non-native speakers? How does accurate pronunciation impact comprehension and clarity in spoken communication? How Spanish natives improve their pronunciation? What techniques can help Spanish speakers distinguish between English sounds that are absent in Spanish? Okay, that's the idea that you have to research or try to answer according to your experience. Now I am going to finish giving you effective ways for Spanish speakers to practice English pronunciation. The first idea with children is using tongue twisters. It is very easy because we use a few words. For example, a big black bird sat on a big black rock. Okay? You have to encourage your students to practice saying fast, okay? Also, practice minimal pairs like sleep, sleep, pitch, pitch, okay? Or try saying this word which all have the letter H, for example, he, her, him, her. Try to use different consonant sounds in this case. Okay, that's all for today. Thank you. Bye-bye.